Welcome to Herald TV's News Bulletin with me, Steffi Rego. Taking serious note of the failure of the authorities to act and comply with the court directives against the electronic dance music, organizers for exceeding the noise levels beyond permissible limits, the High Court of Bombay at Goa has directed the Chief Secretary to file his preliminary report supported by his affidavit by January 19th. The High Court has now posted the matter for further considerations on January 24th.
The division bench said, as per GSPCB report, it was clear that breaches or violations repeatedly occurred on all the 3 days of the EDM, and still neither the officials of GSPCB nor the police accept blame for preventing such breaches in the first place. They not only failed to take stern action of confiscating or seizing the equipment, but did not even stop further noise pollution. The High Court of Bombay at Goa stated that the Chief Secretary must fix the responsibility of the subject events upon those prima facie responsible for the dereliction of duties, and he must indicate whether any action would be taken against such officials. The affidavit must not be restricted only to the EDM festival, but the affidavit should, among other things, state whether the authorities have the necessary competence, human resources, equipment, and most importantly, the will to enforce the noise pollution regulation and control. During the last hearing on December 30, 2022, the vacation judge, while hearing public interest litigation filed by Rajesh Sinari, had issued interim directions to the concerned authorities, including the collector, the PI, Anjuna, and others, to maintain strict vigil at the concerned site. They were to ensure that under no circumstances would music be played on December 30, 2022 from 3:30 pm to 10 pm at levels about 55 dB, and that no music is played after 10 pm at the EDM event. Noticing that the noise pollution levels, even on the last day of the EDM event, exceeded 55 dB, the High Court said the collector, deputy collector, and SDPO did not even bother to present themselves at the site or otherwise ensure compliance with the directions. The court termed the blame game between the Goa Pollution Control Board and the Anjuna PI in the open court for not taking any action and preventing the breaches of the noise pollution rules as most shameful. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
The Feast of Three Kings was celebrated in a grand festive manner at Chandor, Consaulim and Rees Magos on Friday. The feast brings to an end the 12 days of Christmas. It is believed that on this day, the three wise men, Melchior, Gaspar and Balthazar, presented baby Jesus with symbolic gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh.
In Kasauli, every year, the Feast of Epiphany and the Feast of Our Lady of Remedios is celebrated on January 6 with a lot of devotion. Three boys, each from Kasauli, Arosi and Coeli, represent the three wise men who went to visit Jesus with gifts after his birth. Here are the visuals from Kasauli.
Okay. Abito.
Master the Kautin in place for last 500 years. The traditions are maintained by the village of Kansalim, Koelim and Arosi. Each king is from each village. Now this king is selected from each village by the original people from Kansalim. It's very difficult to get a chance because it's in a life. You get a chance in a lifetime, once in a lifetime. Especially when a child is born from that community, his name is written at least 5-6 years prior, and then later on he gets his chance. So after taking his first Holy Communion, he gets a chance to be one of the kings. And then on the feast day, the horses are arranged by the by the community of this village people. The horses are brought from Kolhapur or Solapur. The horses are brought prior to this, and then it is distributed to one of their kings. And the significance and the culture is maintained for the last 500 years.
What is the age group of children that are selected to be king?
Basically, after they receive their first Holy Communion, they are entitled to be the kings. So it's the age group is between 7 to 9, 10.
Okay, tell us about significance of this, why this festival is celebrated.
So it is a relevance when Jesus was born, and the three kings came to visit him. They came with three gifts: myrrh, frankincense, and gold. So it is each king carries one of the significance which was presented to Jesus. So that is the significance with this, and it was given to Jesus on 6th January.
आमचे फेस्त रमेश सायबिणीचे फेस्त आनी ह्या फेस्ता सुमार तेग राय कशे आमचे 3 वाड्यांतले भुरगे न्हेसून येतात आरोसी कांसावली आनी कुयेली आनी घोड्यांचेर ते बसून येतात आनी ही खूब आदली परंपरा ते भशेन ते सांबाळटात म्हणटच आयचे फेस्त आमकां करीत भशेन अदीक आनी अदीक आमच्या सोम्या जेजू क्रिस्ता भशेन जावपाक काळोखी कोरण्यो आमच्या जिवितांतले पयस करून आमी सगलीं बरीं उजवाडाची भुरगीं कशीं जावंक आमकां पावलां मारूंक ही एक स्फूर्ती कशी दिता रमेश सायबिणीचे मजतीन आमी हें करून सगलीं वावुरता.
Chandor, the Feast of Three Kings, is celebrated along with the Feast of Our Lady of Bethlehem. There was blessing of vehicles after every Mass. 3 persons dressed as kings after a 2-year break of the pandemic. Here's more on the festive celebrations at Chandor.
जाल्यार हांव हिंगा देवा लागून घोडे हाडटा आनी थिंगे ते सगळी सेवा बिवा सगळी सारकी जाता म्हणून हांव हिंगा वर्सान वर्स येता.
Coming all the way from Arambol, North Goa, to this lovely place called Chandor, where the feast of Our Lady of Bethlehem and also the feast of Three Kings, celebrated with religious fervor at Our Lady of Bethlehem Church, Chandor.
I'm grateful to my parents, Alex and Nancy, and I'm excited to be the king.
I'm very excited to be one of the kings, and I'm very thankful to my parents, Martin Dias and Sylvia Gracious.
The Feast of Epiphany, or Holy Magi, or the Three Kings, was also celebrated at Reish Magus Church in Bardes. The Vatican has granted special permission to celebrate this feast on January 6th to the 3 parishes of Goa, Reish Magus, Kansauli and Chandor. Here too, 3 wise men dress as kings and take part in the solemn feast mass. Inasio Narona, Sagun Gowde and Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Social and environmental activists from Satari have opposed the implementation of the Kalasa Banduri project in Karnataka. They have demanded that the NOC be given to the detailed project report of Karnataka be revoked. They appealed to the people of Goa to unite to save Madai River, since the very livelihood of the people of Satari and Goa depends on Madai or Mandovi.
विषय न्यायप्रविष्ट आसा आणि विषय न्यायप्रविष्ट असताना DPRक मंजुरी दिवप योग्य नाही. इतलेच न्ही तर आम्ही गोयचे जे सरकार आसा आम्ही गोयच्या सरकारकडे मागता की हे जे एनवायरमेंटल अस्पेक्ट्स आयज आम्ही सांगिल्ले आसा हे एनवायरमेंटल अस्पेक्ट्स गोयच्या सरकारान त्याचबरोबर वन खात्यान त्याचबरोबर पाणी खात्यान हे स्पष्टपणे केंद्र सरकाराकडे मांडचे की असो एनवायरमेंटल इम्पॅक्ट जातलो ही आयज प्रत्येक हेची आवश्यकता आसा. आणि हे न्ही तर आमी सत्तरींतल्या लोकांक मागता की सत्तरींतली जी जनता आसा हे सत्तरींतल्या लोकांनी ह्या विशयाचेर जागृत जावचे, जागृत जावन समोर येवचे आणि समोर येवन आपले विचार मांडचे. हे जो विशय आसा पळय हो विशय गांभीर्यान केंद्र सरकाराकडे मांडपाक जाय आणि हो केंद्र सरकाराकडे मांडपा खातीर केंद्र विद्यमान गोवा सरकाराचेर दबाव आमी सगळ्या लोकांनी मेळून हाडप हे खूब गरजेचें आसा. म्हादयच्या संदर्भात म्हादय म्हणजे नेमकी आमची कितें, ह्या म्हादयचो आमकां बेनिफीट कसो जाता, तेच्या नंतर हो प्रोजेक्ट जाल्या नंतर कितें आमकां तोटे जावं शकता, अफेक्ट जावं शकता किंवा बेनिफिटूय जावं शकता. ह्या संदर्भात बाकीचे ज्यो गजाली आसा ह्या संदर्भात सत्तरीच्या गांवांनी जनजागृती जावप ही गरजेची आसा आणि ह्या जनजागृती खातीर सगळ्या लोकांनी ह्या संदर्भात सहकार्य करचें आणि लोकांनी ह्या विशयाचेर फुडें येवचें अशें ह्या पत्रकार परिशदेच्या माध्यमांतल्यान हांव तांकां आवाहन करतां.
Sachin Gavas for Herald TV.
In a shocking incident, a patient from an ambulance in Honda had to walk and take an alternative transport to go to the hospital due to the heavy traffic congestion on Honda Belgavi Road. The locals of Honda village have time and again objected to heavy vehicles moving through narrow roads from Honda to Belgavi. The traffic congestion is so intense that it is very difficult even for two-wheelers to pass through this road due to the congestion. Sometimes people cannot even go to work since the road is blocked by heavy traffic.
तू खंय वयतालो आतां म्हटलें
फार्मासिटिकल
आतां नायटीक कामाक वचपाक तूं हे ब्लॉका खातीर तूं आतां ओडोन उरता. तूं कितें म्हणूंक सोदता येयल्ले दिसा अशेंच ब्लॉक हे होंडा गांवच्या रस्त्याचेर जाता?
हय चडशे फावट जाल्लेले आसा, खूब फावटी जाल्लेले आसा ब्लॉक. तर आतां हालीं परत एकदां जाल्या. सांगलेलें आमी एकदां हांगा गांवचे हे जाल्लेले खूब फावटी जाल्लेले बट आजून कोणी एक्शन घेवंक ना.
समज जर आतां कोण पेशंट बीन येवपाचो वचपाचो गांवांतलो जालो जाल्यार वतलो जाल्यार ते रोड ब्लॉक. आतां तुका कामार समज जर आतां लेट पावलो जाल्यार कितें जातलें तुका?
आतां वचोंकच मेळचें ना न्हू अशें लेट जालेलें.
Sachin Gavas for Herald TV.
Chief Minister Pramod Sawant stated that Goa is the only state in the country to have 7 types of waste treatment plants, which includes solid waste management, sewage treatment, biomedical waste, chemical waste, construction waste, industrial waste and e-waste. Stating that it is everyone's responsibility to keep Goa clean, he requested the people to not create garbage dumps in the villages for their personal benefit, as villages will be destroyed. He added that if people continue to dump waste in villages, in the next 10 years, Goa will see a decline in tourists. Sawant was speaking at the inauguration of stakeholder engagement workshop on waste management.
हांव गोंयांत म्हणण्यापेक्षा पुराय एशिया खंडांतलो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट आमच्या गोंयांत आसा. एशिया खंडांतलो, देशांतलोच न्ही, कारण आज पर्यंत ऑलमोस्ट म्हणजे डॉक्टर अनिल काकोडकर रिसेंटली येवन गेले आणि तांच्यांनी जो रिमार्क दिला इट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट प्लांट. पुराय देशात तर आमकां एप्रिसिएशन मेळटात. देशांतले वेगवेगळे सायंटिस्ट जेन्ना जेन्ना येता तेन्ना तेन्ना त्या प्लांटाचेर विजीट करता आनी सायंटिफीक मॅनरान ट्रीट करपी प्लांट आमचो सालिगांव मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग आनी वायस वर्सा इट इज ऑन द PPP बेसीस. परत एकदा इट इज अ वेस्ट टू पॉवर जनरेट. बऱ्याच जाणांक कदाचित खबर ना आसतली की आम्ही ह्या प्लांटापासून जवळपास 18 जानेवारी किती 15 ओके 18 जानेवारी दीस 15 पार्लमेंट्रियन मेंबर ऑफ पार्लमेंट आमच्या प्लांटाचे नॉर्वेचे प्लांट विजीट करपा खातीर खास करून येता. गोंय हे एकमेव राज्य आसतलें जेंच्यांनी ह्यो सगळ्यो फॅसिलिटीज उबे केल्यो, म्हणजे सॉलिड वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट, इवन दो सिवरेज ट्रिटमेंट प्लांट, बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट, इट इज एन केमिकल वेस्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट, कन्स्ट्रक्शन वेस्ट, ओके, आणि ताज्या उपरांत ई वेस्ट. ह्यो 7 फॅसिलिटीज आनी खंयच्याच राज्यान आयज पर्यंत हेजे ट्रिटमेंट प्लांट करूंक ना. एक लक्षात घेयात, हें गोंय आमचें आसा आनी होच प्रकार जर उरलो जाल्यार 10 वर्सांनी हांगासर कोणूच येवचो ना. हो प्रकार जर चालू उरलो, आज जे टुरिस्ट येता ते फुडल्या 10 वर्सांनी केन्नाच येवचे ना. हे जर आमकां गोंय नितळ दवरपाक जाय, स्वच्छ दवरपाक जाय आसत जाल्यार ती आमची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आसा. टेक द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, बीइंग अ स्टेक होल्डर्स. आमी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जर घेतली, आमचो परिसर कसो स्वच्छ दवरतले ते जर घेतले जाल्यारूच इट इज पॉसिबल आसा, अदरवायज इट इज नॉट. डंप यार्ड जावपा खातीर चड उशीर लागचो ना. आतां आमी पळयता, पयलीं फक्त पणजे, म्हापशां, फोंड्या, वास्को हांगासरूच डंप यार्ड आसले. आतां गांवांतल्या विलेज पंचायतींनी डंप यार्ड जावपाक लागलेली आसा. कित्याक खबर आहा? हॉटेलांतली आनी इंडस्ट्रींतली वेस्ट घेवन ते गांवांत व्हरून वचूंक लागल्या आनी गांवचे लोक थोडे कडेन एलाव करपाक लागल्या. हांव सांगता तुमकां, थोडेशे पयशे मेळटा पूण आड रे तूं घाल म्हणटा.
Bureau Report, Herald TV.
Kurtorim Gymkhana defeated Kankon Sports Club by 4-1 via a tiebreaker to enter the Father Agnello Inter-Village Soccer semi-finals. Father Agnello Youth Sports Club organized the match, which was played at Avde Paroda.
Kurtori Gymkhana entered the Father Agnello Inter-Village Soccer semi-finals by defeating Kankona Sports Club by 4-1 via a tiebreaker. Terence Lobo gave lead to Kankona Sports Club while Amar Estebro equalized for Kurtori Gymkhana. In the ensuing tiebreaker, Pralhad Velip scored for Kankona SC while Milagros Fernandez, Alfio Fernandez, Vicky Cardoso and Malian Castana netted for Kurtori Gymkhana. Inasia Narona for Herald TV.
The first domestic commercial flight Indigo 6E6164 from Hyderabad landed at the Manohar International Airport, Mopa at 9 a.m. on Thursday, 5th January 2023. It was a historic moment as the passengers were welcomed with a brass band at the entrance of the brand new airport. Excited passengers broke into a jig to the tunes of the traditional brass band and clicked selfies as they exited the airport. All the landing took place in the shadow of the taxi strike outside the airport. Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said that the Mopa airport opening would benefit the tourists and economic growth.
A total of 11 flights are to land at Manohar International Airport, Mopa. The Goa government brought in Goa Miles and Goa app taxis and the KTC luxury buses to ferry the passengers to their destination. This is what some excited passengers had to say on landing at Mopa Airport.
Great experience for the inaugural flight which was landed in Mopa Airport. Thank you.
So how was your experience?
It was very good, amazing.
Okay. So now you're waiting for your taxi or anything? Yeah. Okay. You have booked it in advance?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one you have preferred? The Goa Miles?
Yeah, Goa Miles.
Okay.
Very nice. And it is surprise.
Thrilling. First time to Goa, sir?
No, second time.
So how is it different from W?
Some difference. It is thrilling.
Okay.
Very happy.
More spacious or something?
हाँ, बहुत spacious. बहुत बड़ा है. बहुत बड़ा है. एयरपोर्ट. बहुत अच्छा है. बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है. अंदर Yeah, luggage bagging, flowers, designs.
मालूम नहीं था कि ये फर्स्ट टाइम हम लोग अरेंज कर रहे हैं, तो एकदम एंजॉयबल रहा। ये जो मतलब रिसेप्शन है मतलब ऑसम, इतना बढ़िया तो होगा वो तो मतलब एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं था।
It was very nice, because this was the inauguration, we didn't expect this. The welcome was so nice. Pretty happy.
Okay, how is the airport?
Yeah.
Airport is also
good, very space, big enough.
Those passengers who landed on the subsequent flights at Mopa also expressed their happiness at landing at Manohar International Airport.
सोचा नहीं था उससे कहीं बेहतर था, केक कटिंग एंड ऑल, ये नहीं सोचा था कि फर्स्ट फ्लाइट है और
बैंड बाजा वाले गुलाब
वेलकम और उधर भी केक कटिंग एंड ऑल बहुत कुछ था वेलकम के लिए।
It was totally surprise for us actually. Starting from the Delhi, we feel more welcomed by the Indigo staff and all airport staff. We cut the cake and it was really amazing. We have good starting Goa.
बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है, we congratulate more government and the Indian government also कि एक और अचीवमेंट के लिए भी cheers to that। बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुली वेलकम हुआ, इंटीरियर्स बहुत ब्यूटीफुली है, प्रॉपर मैनेजमेंट है and we are very glad to be here।
Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said the Mopa airport would benefit tourism, cargo and overall economy of Goa. Union Minister of State for Ports and Shipping Sripad Naik said the flights on the first day were full and this showed the need for a second airport for Goa.
It is a revenue sharing airport for the government of Goa, which is very important for the government. ये एयरपोर्ट स्टार्ट होना था, इससे हम बोलते हैं कि पहले टूरिज़्म एक्टिविटी बढ़ेगी, कमर्शियल एक्टिविटी बढ़ेगी, कार्गो कैरिंग एक्टिविटी बढ़ेगी और गोवा की ग्रोथ और इकोनॉमी दोनों में वृद्धि होगी।
गोवा की बढ़ोतरी के लिए कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है?
ऑफकोर्स इसीलिए मैंने बोला गोवा के बढ़ोतरी के लिए इवन जो टूरिज्म ग्रोथ, इकॉनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत बड़ा इम्पॉर्टंट।
पहिलेच पावटी, पहिलेच फ्लायट, पहिलेच दिसा हे जवळ फूल गेल्लें आसा, त्यामुळे ह्या एअरपोर्टाची गरज कितली आशिल्ली ताचे वेळार आज दिसता। कोणी म्हणटाले की दुसरे एअरपोर्ट कित्याक, पण गोंयचो एकूण डेव्हलपमेंट आनी ट्युरिस्टाचो एक गोंय हो व्हडलाचो स्पॉट नॉट ओन्ली इंडियेचो आनी अशा हातूंतल्यान अशे तरेचो एअरपोर्ट आज गोंयांत जाय आशिल्लो आनी तेजे आज एक्चुअली हें सुरू जाता ही खूब आनंदाची गोष्ट आहे।
Prasad Polji and Asmita Polji for Herald TV.
After the initial excitement of the first flight landing at Manohar International Airport, being welcomed by the brass band and the decor of the airport died down, passengers who landed at the airport were faced with grim realities at the new airport. Some had to stand in long queues to book their taxis for over half an hour. Others who had booked their taxis found that the taxis were in reality not available at the airport, and still others could not book the taxis though they had downloaded the app. A number of passengers complained that there was no open Wi-Fi provided to them to book the taxis on the app.
Though the passengers who landed at the Mopa International Airport liked the welcome and loved the ambience of the new airport, they were truly disappointed with the mobility plan and the glitches. It is reported that even some passengers who arrived on the very first flight were still lingering for a taxi.
तो आप लोगों ने वाईफाई प्रोवाइड नहीं किया है यहाँ पे?
हमारा नहीं है बस।
नहीं मतलब आपका गोवा माइल्स का ही बुकिंग कर रहे हैं ना वो लोग, तो वाईफाई प्रोवाइड करना चाहिए ना कस्टमर को। इतना 20-25 मिनट लाइन में खड़े हैं। हाँ, टैक्सी का भी शॉर्टेज है। ओके मैम,
और यहाँ पर तो टैक्सी
अभी आपका हो गया डाउनलोड
हो गया, पर टैक्सी नहीं अवेलेबल है।
अरे
कौन सा टैक्सी? गोवा माइल्स का?
और कोई भी टैक्सी, एक्चुअली गोवा माइल्स एक एप्लीकेशन है, उसके थ्रू डाउनलोड हो रहा है।
ओके, आपने बुकिंग हो गया आपका?
आप लोग डाउनलोड कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, वहाँ से स्कैन कर रहे हैं।
आपका बुकिंग हो गया टैक्सी?
हाँ।
लेकिन कितने देर से आप कितने देर से खड़ी है? हाँ,
10-15 मिनट हुए।
10-15 मिनट। आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
मुंबई से।
हाउ वाज द एक्सपीरियंस इनसाइड?
हाँ, इनसाइड वाज फन।
क्या
काफ़ी एंटरटेनिंग था, फील आ रहा था कि गोवा आ गए।
ओके ओके
काफ़ी एंटरटेनिंग माहौल बनाया हुआ है अंदर,
ओके
म्यूजिक वगैरह लगाया हुआ है, डांस वांस हो रहा है,
अच्छा अच्छा
काफ़ी अच्छा एक फील आ गया। पर यहाँ पर टैक्सी नहीं मिल रही है।
वो टैक्सी ऐप जो बन गया है उसके थ्रू भी कुछ है क्या? गोवा माइल्स में
दो ऐप है ना यहाँ पे, जैसे कि गोवा माइल्स है और टैक्सी ऐप भी है,
और एक
तो
कदम्बा भी
दूसरा
है,
ऐप
कदम्बा
आप-
ट्रांसपोर्ट
और
भी
कदम्बा
है
ट्रांसपोर्टेशन भी है,
जो बस से
तो आप
ट्रांसपोर्ट
बस सर्विस का भी ले सकते हो ना। मतलब आपको अगर मडगांव पहुँचना है तो 500 रुपये में आप पहुँच सकते हो।
अच्छा, ये मैंने ट्राई किया ही।
हाँ ये देख कदम्बा के रेट्स भी है ना यहाँ पे, गवर्नमेंट ने आपको वो भी फैसिलिटी रखा है।
तो अभी के लिए आपने बुक किया लेकिन वो टैक्सी नहीं अवेलेबल नहीं है।
नहीं अवेलेबल नहीं है, आएगी तब। अवेलेबल ही नहीं है,
अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, वेरी बैड एक्सपीरियंस। ओके,
करने के लिए कुछ टाइम लगा आपके लिए क्या?
कैब्स अवेलेबल ही नहीं है।
तो आपने बुकिंग नहीं किया?
मैंने डाउनलोड भी किया है ऐप,
ओके,
कैब्स ही नहीं है।
तो कितना घंटा हो गया आप इधर है अभी?
आधा घंटा
और बस 2 बजे की
बस अभी 2 बजे की है।
तो अपनी टैक्सी नहीं इसलिए आपने बस बुक किया है?
बुक नहीं किया है, 2 घंटा हम नहीं वेट करेंगे, अभी कार गाड़ी के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं। कोई मिलता है कब?
तो आप किधर जाने वाली है इधर से?
ओके, आणि आता टॅक्सीचं तुम्हाला भेटलं आहे का अजून?
आता तुम्ही कुठे जायला?
भागातून
आता
अजून
तुम्हाला
बुकिंग झाली
टॅक्सी
नाही?
बुकिंग केलेलं आहे तुम्ही काय?
आता तुम्ही सिनियर सिटीजन आहे, तुम्हाला बसण्यासाठी इथे काय नाही आहे बाहेर, म्हणजे आता किती वेळापासून तुम्ही उभं आहे?
5 मिनिटं झाली.
ओके, आणि कोई बरोबर आहे? हां, बरं इथून कुठे जाणार आहे मॅडम?
आता तुम्ही टॅक्सी करून जाणार का बसमधून जाणार काय? बुक केलेले आहे टॅक्सी?
नाही, ते म्हणतात आहे की टॅक्सी अवेलेबलच नाही आहे. हां, आणि तुम्हाला बस सर्व्हिस आहे ते पण माहीत आहे ना? ओके.
Prasad Polji and Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thank you for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Herald on Facebook and Twitter. Till then, take care and goodbye.